Dive into a world where past and present intertwine elegantly, and every nook of the cottage whispers of stories untold. Surrounded by a vintage garden that bursts with colors and rustic details, this lakeside cottage not just stands beside the water, it's ingrained into its spirit. A walk through its corridors and the sprawling garden showcases a beautifully orchestrated design etched on the canvas of nature. Come, let's take a stroll into this quaint, charming world together, delving into the heart of home and garden design. There's a patch near the back fence, overgrown, tangled, forgotten. 10 years ago, someone tossed wildflower seeds there and walked away. No watering, no weeding, no hope. But nature had other plans. Each spring, like clockwork, crimson poppies and purple lupins pushed through the soil as if remembering a promise. The bees came first. Then the butterflies. Then the neighbors, stopping mid-walk just to stare. Now, it's the soul of the garden. Messy, joyful, defiantly alive. No landscaper planned this. No designer curated it. It grew because no one told it not to. And isn't that the most beautiful kind of magic? The kind that blooms without permission, without perfection, without a single human hand guiding it. Except maybe yours, standing there, smiling, wondering what forgotten corners in your own life might surprise you too. It leaned. The roof sagged like a tired sigh. Windows were boarded. Locals called it the eyesore by the reeds. But she saw something else. The way morning light hit the porch at 7 a.m. How the lake whispered against the shore like a lullaby. She didn't have a contractor. Just YouTube tutorials, stubborn hope, and a friend who knew how to wield a hammer. Slowly, shingle by shingle, it rose. Not into something polished, but into something true. Weathered wood stayed weathered. Crooked stairs stayed crooked. Because perfection wasn't the goal. Feeling was. Now, when people walk by, they don't see a shack. They see a sanctuary. And sometimes, late at night, she sits on the dock, listening to the water, wondering how many other eyesores are just dreams waiting for someone brave enough to believe. It creaks. Not from disrepair, from memory. This swing has held first kisses, tearful goodbyes, sleepy toddlers, and old men sipping lemonade as the sun dips low. The ropes are frayed in places, the wood worn smooth by generations of hands. No one knows who built it. Maybe a sailor? A farmer? A heartbroken poet? Doesn't matter. What matters is the way it rocks. Slow, steady, like time itself is rocking you. Sit here long enough, and you'll hear laughter from summers past. Smell pipe smoke that hasn't burned in decades. Feel the ghost of a cat curled in your lap. This swing doesn't judge, doesn't rush. It simply holds space for your joy, your grief, your quiet. And when you rise, you leave a little of yourself behind. So the next soul who sits here feels less alone. Isn't that what home is for? It's not the appliances, they're ancient. Not the countertops, chipped enamel. It's the smell. Cinnamon. Faintly. Old wood. Maybe yesterday's soup. The cabinets don't close right. The faucet drips. But open that oven? Warmth floods out like an embrace. There's a dent in the floor where generations stood stirring pots. A faded recipe taped inside a cupboard door. Add love, then stir. No stainless steel here. No minimalist lines. Just chipped mugs, mismatched chairs, and sunlight pooling on a flour-dusted table. You don't cook here. You commune. You linger. You burn the cookies and laugh about it. This kitchen doesn't want efficiency. It wants presence. It wants sticky fingers and spilled tea and stories told over simmering pots. Sit at that table. Breathe deep. Feel it. That's not nostalgia. That's belonging. Behind the shed, past the compost bin, beneath a tangle of ivy, there was a door. Not locked. Just forgotten. Covered in moss, half buried by fallen leaves. No one opened it for years. Until one April morning, curiosity won. Pushed it open, creaked, and gasped. A hidden courtyard. Stone bench. Wisteria dripping like lavender rain. A birdbath cracked but still holding sky. Someone long ago carved "Breathe Here" into the trunk of a cherry tree. Who? Why? Doesn't matter. What matters is how the air changes here. Slower. Sweeter. Time bends. You sit. You forget your to-do list. A ladybug lands on your knee. The world outside? Still spinning. But here you're safe. Hidden. Held. And every spring, when the blossoms explode, you remember. Magic isn't always loud. Sometimes, it's quiet. Waiting. Just beyond the overgrowth. "300 square feet. That's all. One room, really. Kitchen, bed, table, all whispering to each other." "Impossible," said the realtor. "Claustrophobic," said the friend. But then they walked in. Sunlight poured through lace curtains. Books lined every wall. Not as decor, as companions. A ladder led to a loft where you could hear rain patter on the roof like a lullaby. The sink faced the window, so you could watch birds while washing dishes. Tiny? Yes. But full? Overflowing. With light. With peace. With the kind of quiet joy that big houses often miss. Here, you don't accumulate. You appreciate. You don't sprawl. You savor. And when guests leave, they don't say it's small. They say, it feels like home. Maybe size isn't measured in feet. Maybe it's measured in size of relief. No paintbrush touched these walls for decades. No power washer blasted the porch. The wood, grayed by sun, silvered by rain, softened by time. And the wildflowers, planted by wind, watered by chance, blooming where they damn well pleased. Together, they made something no decorator could replicate. Authenticity. This home doesn't shout. It hums. Bees buzz past peeling shutters. Vines climb without permission. Inside, quilts are faded, rugs are threadbare, and every chair has a story. It's cozy not because it's perfect, but because it's real. Lived in. Loved on. The kind of place where you kick off your shoes and don't care where they land. Where messy means alive. Where old means cherished. You don't need marble counters or matching throw pillows to feel held. Sometimes, all you need is weathered wood, wild blooms, and the courage to let beauty be imperfect. beneath the east-facing window, cushioned in faded chintz, piled with too many pillows. This seat doesn't just hold bodies. It holds turning points. Quit the job? Yes, here. Move across the country? Decided here. Adopt the dog? Definitely here. There's something about the morning light, the view of the lake, the way the world feels hushed and holy in this 1 square foot. Coffee cools beside you. Notebook fills. Tears fall. Laughter bubbles. This seat doesn't offer advice. It offers space, to breathe, to listen, to feel the quiet hum of your own truth. Visitors always gravitate here. They don't know why. They just know, when they sit, something inside them settles. Aligns. Whispers. This is the life you want. And sometimes, that's all the clarity you need. Not navy. Not baby blue. Paint blue, the old southern kind, meant to ward off spirits and welcome joy. She mixed it herself, a little too bright, a little too bold. The neighbors blinked. Unconventional, murmured Mrs. Henderson. Daring, whispered the mailman. But then, something shifted. Kids pointed and grinned on their bikes. Stray cats napped on the step. Lost tourists asked to take photos. That door became a landmark. A mood. A declaration. This home is alive. Not perfect. Not polite. Alive. And slowly, other doors on the street began changing too. Sunflower yellow, sage green, deep plum. All because one woman picked up a brush and said, "Why not?" Sometimes, the bravest thing you can do is paint your door the color of your soul, and watch the world lean in, curious, charmed, changed. It smelled of damp earth and mouse nests. Cobwebs draped like forgotten lace. "Tear it down," said the contractor. But she saw walls begging for shelves, a window begging for curtains, a floor begging for bare feet. So she swept, sanded, hung fairy lights, added a thrifted rug, a second-hand desk, a kettle for tea. Now, it's the thinking shed, the crying shed. The painting, writing, dreaming, hiding, healing shed. Rainy days are spent here with novels. Summer nights with wine and fireflies. No Wi-Fi. No interruptions. Just you, your thoughts, and the soft creak of old wood settling around you like a hug. Guests fight over who gets to work here. Kids sneak in to build blanket forts. It's not glamorous. It's better. It's proof that magic doesn't need square footage. Just intention, and maybe a little dust. You've never been here. And yet, the creak of the third stair? Familiar. The way the light hits the kitchen table at 4 p.m.? Like a memory. The scent of rosemary by the back door? Home. It's not déjà vu. It's resonance. This house, with its crooked floors and whispering walls, seems to recognize you. As if it's spent years gathering dust, holding its breath, keeping the porch light on. Just for you. The previous owners? Nice people. But temporary. You feel it in your bones. This is where your story was meant to unfold. Where your laughter will echo. Your tears will soak into the floorboards. Your dreams will take root in the garden. Don't question it. Don't overthink. Walk in. Set down your bags. Breathe. The house sighs in relief. There you are, it seems to say. I've been waiting. It starts near the hydrangeas, gravel, slightly uneven, winding past foxgloves and feathery grasses. No destination. No bench at the end. No gate. Just path. And yet, walk it slowly, barefoot if you dare, and something shifts. Shoulders drop. Mind quiets. Worries? Left behind with each step. This path doesn't take you anywhere on a map. It takes you inward, to the part of you that remembers how to wonder, how to notice, how to be still. Children run it laughing. Elders shuffle it slowly. Lovers hold hands without speaking. It's not about arrival. It's about presence. About letting your feet lead your heart. And when you reach the end, you turn around. Walk back. Notice new things. Because the magic isn't at the destination. It's in the wandering. In the not knowing. In the quiet trust that sometimes the most important journeys lead nowhere. Except back to yourself. Dusty. One arm loose. Faded floral fabric peeling at the seams. Trash, said the mover. But she wiped the dust away, and found initials carved into the arm. E+J, 1942. She tightened the screws. Stitched the tears. Placed it by the window. That first rock? Like coming home. Grandkids climbed into her lap. Cats claimed the cushion. Stormy nights were spent here, wrapped in blankets, listening to rain. It became the talking chair, where secrets were shared, tears were shed, dreams were whispered. Funny how one broken thing, saved from the dark, became the heart of the house. Proof that joy doesn't need new. It needs story. Needs soul. Needs someone to see the beauty beneath the dust, and rock gently, gratefully, into the next chapter. Evening is now wrapped around the tranquil lake, casting a soothing ambience that fills the air with a sense of calm. The day spent exploring this charming lakeside cottage and its subroutine-filled garden has been a delightful journey into the world of design aligned with nature. It's a beautiful reminder that vintage home and garden design not only preserve history but also carry the essence of grace and beauty through ages. It's clear, the cottage's timeless charm will linger on in our hearts, along with all the home and garden design inspirations it offered.